A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Philippians. My beloved, obedient as you have always been, not only when I am present, but all the more now when I am absent, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. For God is the one who for his good purpose works in you both to desire and to work. Do everything without grumbling or questioning, that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish, in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine like lights in the world, as you hold on to the word of life, so that my boast for the day of Christ may be, that I did not run in vain or labor in vain. But even if I am poured out as a libation upon the sacrificial service of your faith, I rejoice and share my joy with all of you. In the same way, you also should rejoice and share your joy with me. The word of the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? The Lord is my life's refuge. Of whom should I be afraid? The Lord is my light and my salvation. One thing I ask of the Lord, this I seek, to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, that I may gaze upon the loveliness of the Lord and contemplate his temple. The Lord is my light and my salvation. I believe that I shall see the bounty of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord with courage. Be stout-hearted and wait for the Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Alleluia, alleluia. Alleluia, alleluia. If you are insulted for the name of Christ, blessed are you, for the Spirit of God rests upon you. Alleluia, alleluia.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlooker should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build, but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king, marching into battle, would not first sit down and decide whether the 10,000 troops he could successfully oppose another king, advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, today's Gospel presents us with what I can only call very uncomfortable teachings. And it begins with Jesus saying specifically, he spoke to the crowds that were following him. So these are words not just for the special 12 disciples. These are words for anyone who would follow Jesus. And specifically, he says three things. First, he says, we have to put him absolutely first, even before family, spouses, friends. He has to be number one. Secondly, we must be willing to take up the cross. And thirdly, we must be willing to give away all of our possessions. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't find that very friendly. I don't find that overly comforting. But I do know that I pray every day to put Jesus first. I've learned to pray, to love the cross, and to actually love everything about it except one thing: when it's in my life. I love everything else about it. So I had to learn to pray. Help me to love the cross, specifically when it's in my life. When it's in my life. And there will be times it will be there. For you, for me, for all of us. And then the third one is actually getting a little bit easier. Because as I become older, I am learning that I want to take less in, and I want to give away more of what I have. Because one day, I have to let it all go. That's the terror of death. You have to let every absolute thing go. So Jesus gives us a somewhat uncomfortable teaching. Put him first, love the cross, be willing to dispossess yourself. Just ask yourself, what do those mean to you? Specifically, I've had to take the middle one, the cross, and learn to ask for the grace to love it, especially when it's in my life.